Hey everyone, I'm Spencer, your Expedia Cruises travel agent. On my Mediterranean cruise, I stopped in La Spezia, Italy, and joined a wheelchair-accessible excursion that took me to two incredible cities, Pisa and Florence. Stick around because I'm going to show you how I rolled through these iconic spots from the Leaning Tower to the heart of Florence, all in one amazing day.
We'll take it slowly.
Let's get started. You're looking at the port of La Spezia, a busy mix of cruise ships and industry. Since this is an industrial port, complimentary shuttle buses take you out to the meeting area for third-party excursions. While cruise lines do offer some accessible options, I usually recommend my clients and myself to book custom tours with our friends at disabledaccessibletravel.com. The excursion I'm about to show you is also available if your cruise stops in Livorno, another gateway to Pisa and Florence. Once we exited the port, we quickly found our driver, loaded up in our accessible van, and headed toward Pisa, our first destination. But on this day, the unexpected happened. We ran into some terrible traffic caused by a car accident on the Italian motorway. As we made our way toward Pisa, we passed by the famous Carrara marble quarries. Yes, the same marble that's been used in masterpieces for centuries. Normally, it's only about a 45-minute ride, but thanks to the traffic from that motorway accident, it ended up taking closer to an hour and 45 minutes. Once we arrived in Pisa, we headed straight for the main attraction, the Leaning Tower. Now I know this landmark is on a lot of people's bucket lists, but to be honest, aside from snapping a quick photo and waiting in a 30-minute line at a cafe just to use the bathroom, it's not somewhere I'd rush back to. The crowds were intense, so much so that it was nearly impossible to grab those iconic shots. You'll see in my photos that I did manage to get the classic holding up the tower pose, except I had to pull it off with my feet and a little bit of Photoshop magic to clear out the sea of people in the background. My lovely but goofy nurse Nora even managed to smuggle an ice cream cone off the ship for that Leaning Tower ice cream lick. After we wrapped up our iconic Pisa photos, our driver shared some fascinating history along the way and even pointed out another, much less famous Leaning Tower as we drove out of the city. With Pisa checked off the list, it was time to make our way to Florence for the next part of our adventure. After more traffic and an hour drive, we made it to Florence, the heart of the Renaissance and a city bursting with art, history, and stunning architecture. As we roll along the river, you'll get a glimpse of why this city has inspired artists and travelers for centuries. Our driver dropped us off at the Piazza della Repubblica. Originally, we had plans to enjoy a classic Florentine steak, but the traffic delay cut our time short. To make the most of what we had to compromise a bit. Since it was our last day of the cruise, our main goal was to finish strong, enjoy some incredible food, explore a little shopping, and take in the free outdoor art and stunning architecture that Florence has to offer. After rolling through the charming streets of Florence, we arrived at the final church of my European adventure, the Cathedral di Santa Maria del Fiore, home to the iconic Duomo. Its massive dome dominates the skyline and is truly a sight to behold in person. The cathedral's exterior is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, adorned with a stunning facade of white, green, and pink marble that gleams in the sunlight. Fun fact, the Duomo's massive dome was designed by Filippo Brunelleschi in the 15th century and was the largest dome in the world at the time of its completion, an engineering marvel that still amazes visitors today. Next, we decided to navigate the bumpy cobblestone and do a little shopping. Tip: when exploring Florence's street markets, look for authentic local goods like leather, jewelry, and ceramics, and be cautious of items that seem too cheap. High-quality artisan pieces are worth the extra investment. After working up an appetite, I headed into the Mercato to grab a quick, affordable bite. One of my clients had recommended checking out the endless pasta combinations at the market's pasta shop. For just €6, I had some of the best pasta of the entire trip. A real steal. I savored every bit of my lemon ravioli with pesto and truffle ravioli with olive oil and parmesan. After a bit more shopping and a short stroll through the streets, we arrived at Piazza della Signoria, one of Florence's most famous squares. This open-air gallery is home to impressive statues, including a replica of Michelangelo's David. The original David is safely housed inside the Galleria dell'Accademia to protect it from the elements and crowds. But with our limited time, we weren't able to visit the museum, so the replica gave us a great chance to appreciate the iconic sculpture right in the heart of the city. While it's traditionally frowned upon to order a cappuccino past 11 a.m. in Italy, I couldn't resist stopping at the famous Caffè Riviore. Located in a stunning historic building overlooking Piazza della Signoria, this cafe is as beautiful as it is delicious. The cappuccino was rich and creamy, the pastries were absolutely decadent, and everything was served with impeccable white glove service. Truly a memorable experience. After some caffeine and energy, we continued exploring Florence's shops before visiting the famous Ponte Vecchio. This historic bridge, lined with charming jewelry shops, spans the Arno River and has been an iconic landmark of Florence for centuries. As our day in Florence came to an end, we headed back to the meeting point for our private accessible van. Along the way, we happened upon a tribute parade and a Calcio Storico event hosted by the U.S. Polo Association. Calcio Storico is a traditional Florentine sport that combines elements of soccer, rugby, and wrestling. It's intense, fast-paced, and deeply rooted in the city's history. Our day sadly came to an end, but I hope this video of our short time in Pisa and Florence helps you plan your next trip to Italy. As always, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. When you're ready to book your next accessible cruise vacation, call me, Spencer, your Wheelie awesome Expedia Cruises agent, to plan your next adventure. And if you're looking for an excursion like this one, be sure to reach out to Miriam at disabledaccessibletravel.com for all your European shore excursion needs.
Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical.